Well, the number of people being hospitalized due to COVID-19 across Alabama is increasing at an alarming rate. Not only adults are being sent to hospitals, but the Delta variant is making such an impact. And just as schools get back in session, to send now a number of children to the hospital as well. WDHN's Alex Valdez joins us live in front of Southeast Health. Alex, you talked with the president of the Alabama Hospital Association today about these latest concerns, including the trend of these increased hospitalizations. What he had to say is frightening. Tell us more.
Well, Amanda, according to Dr. Don Williamson, unfortunately right now, he has data that says the state will not see a flattening out in curves. And what's scary is that he says hospitalizations across the state of Alabama will continue to increase in the coming weeks. Williamson says in just 7 days, Alabama has increased the number of hospitalizations by 45%. He says by the end of the month, he expects the state to have a total of 4,000 to 7,000 hospitalizations. And this fear is not just for adults and seniors, but also children.
30 to 35 patients a day now, pediatric patients in hospital. Yes, some of those are in the ICU, and at some points during this most recent surge, some have been on ventilators.
He says the fear in the coming weeks as kids head back to the classroom is the SARS variant had the potential of infecting around 1 or 2 people. Delta variant has 1,000 times more the virus and can infect up to 8 people.
The only protection that we have for children under 12 is the vaccination status of people around them.
Williamson says the current vaccination rate of those eligible to get vaccinated mixed with the rate of those younger who can't get the vaccine is a perfect storm for high rates of infection in the younger population.
We know from some of our neighboring states, they are seeing very high rates of children in their children's hospitals, some in the ICU, some on ventilators.
Dr. Williamson says, unfortunately, right now, medical experts are going to have to wait and see what the Delta variant's impact is going to be on our children. He says right now, all he can encourage his people to do is go out and get vaccinated. We'll, of course, stay on top of these numbers as they continue to increase. But for now, back to you, Amanda, in the studio.